Now we are going to explore this labyrinth of tunnels and sealed mazes.
The duck head is so small. That's certainly incredible being down in this tunnel, which is 50 meters long.
Is this the Queen of Sheba's palace? And the evidence that have been found so far, ancient civilization lost, but with claims on the Ark of the Covenant. Ethiopia's holiest book is called the Kebra Nagast. We examined it in Addis Ababa and found it to be the Holy Bible with Ethiopia's legends attached. The book claims that the Queen of Sheba was Ethiopian and that she had a child with King Solomon of Israel, and that child later smuggled the Ark of the Covenant into Ethiopia. To us, there seems to be many inconsistencies with this story, and as this account is not found in the Bible, it needs to be tested thoroughly. So now, our quest takes us to one of the forgotten wonders of the world, to Ethiopia's underground rock churches, to probe Ethiopia's claim that they still possess the original Ark of the Covenant. The rock churches of Lalibela are one of the wonders of the world. Built in the 12th century, these 11 underground churches were cut out of solid rock and sunk 50 feet below the surface.
Quite amazing this is. I mean, you got these churches from the 12th century, carved out of solid rock, absolutely incredible. It took 23 or 24 years to build these churches out of solid rock. Start at the top, just work the way down.
It's been estimated that the builders had to move 150,000 tons of rock over 2 decades to complete this project. And now we are going to explore this labyrinth of tunnels and sealed mazes. To do this, we have brought our tiny camera, lower in quality, but it can see through small gaps and reveal hidden rooms and tunnels. We're heading now into the underground tunnel system that links these rock churches together. There's some of them that still haven't been explored because they just can't get into them without destroying the entrance.
Down the tunnel into another church.
What do you think?
I'm very impressed with you.
The duck head is so small.
That's certainly incredible being down in this tunnel, which is 50 meters long.
This complex took us back in time to a lost age, locked inside Ethiopia, and the priests here claim to know where the original Ark of the Covenant is kept. Every Ethiopian Orthodox church contains a replica of the Ark in a part of their churches which they call the Holy of Holies. But only the priests are allowed to go beyond the curtain to be near it. Inside these churches, we found many Jewish and Christian symbols, and some believe that this could have been the perfect hiding place for the Ark of the Covenant. But now, only a replica resides here. Yet, if we could just examine a replica, we could discover if it meets the biblical criteria for the Ark. However, the priests indicated that this was not possible. They reckon that 40,000 people would have had to work on this to make it. So much work involved. They had primitive tools as well. King Lalibela, the one who had the vision of doing this, who went to Jerusalem, supposedly brought back a seal of Solomon. In each church, a replica of the Ark of the Covenant resides. According to the tradition, right at the top there is the seal that came from Jerusalem with King Lalibela of Solomon.
And there's a big pillar that's covered up, which it's got the Revelation on, it's got the Ten Commandments on, and King Lalibela, according to their tradition, saw this vision. The Holy of Holies always has to face towards Jerusalem because of the Ark of the Covenant being inside.
The priests told us that the original Ark of the Covenant now resides in Aksum. Therefore, our mission continues on to this ancient site. Yours sincerely, Paul and Matthew. Aksum was once the capital of the Aksumite Empire, which ruled this area from 400 BC until the 10th century. And as we cycled around, we began to discover the broken remains of a lost civilization.
These great stelas here, these are the evidence of a civilization until the 20th century was almost totally forgotten. But what it all means is that from before the time of Christ till 10th century, here in Ethiopia and Aksum, a great civilization existed. An ancient civilization lost, but with claims on the Ark of the Covenant. Are those claims valid?
These are the tombs of some of the kings of the Empire of Aksum. We spent the next few days entering tombs, finding ancient structures crumbling into the ground, and examining the historical record.
Two real coins, one with a cross on one side and the king's face on the other.
Quite a sophisticated civilization because it's one of the few that was really minting coins, producing the kind of pottery that you can see. They're trading with China, India and other places.
A big block of stone with inscriptions in 3 different languages. Inscription in Giza at the top, Sabaean down here, and Greek on the back face. That's very, very warm. And up here, the king is talking about his victories over his enemies.
This evidence proves that a complex civilization was once here, but nothing dates back to the time of Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. According to Ethiopian tradition, the son of the Queen of Sheba brought the Ark to this nation. But are there any verifiable facts that she once ruled from here?
Is this the Queen of Sheba's palace? According to Ethiopian tradition it is, and the evidence that have been found so far says that this is a palace for somebody very important, but it doesn't date to the time of the Queen of Sheba and Solomon. The name comes because of Ethiopian tradition rather than because of fact that we've dug out of the ground and can prove.
Modern excavation is going on. I see they found some fragments of pottery now. Digging out the fragments, the ladies come, tag, bowl, take them underneath here, wash them, and obviously identify them, get a very precise date range.
Nothing has been found in this area to prove the Queen of Sheba was once here, or that the Ark came to this nation. However, we spent some time with the German archaeologist directing this excavation, and he told us that they had dug deeper than ever before, and they claimed to have found a level dating to the time of Solomon and Sheba. Archaeologists believe that more research needs to be done in this palace before any final conclusions can be made. However, our investigation must continue by finding the church that claims to host the original Ark of the Covenant. Yours sincerely, Paul and Matthew.